What's going? Wow, that is freaking loud in my ear. I don't know if it's loud for you guys, but holy shit. Let me turn it down there because I don't want to adjust it in case it's not that loud for you guys. Anyway, what's going on? As you can see, I'm home. Uh, and we'll talk about that towards the end of this thing because I'm not quite sure what I want to say or any of that. But yeah, how you guys doing? Long ass drive, I'll be honest with you, and I'm happy to be home. I haven't been home in a long a long time. So I got in last night around, I don't know, 10:30. So, and then I had to offload everything from my car this afternoon. But yeah, I'll explain that in a little bit. So, because big things, big things. But anyway, I wanted to talk first about this jet because I just don't understand how this isn't the leading story on every single news station in the world. The United States military apparently lost an $80 million jet and they don't know where it is. Like, which is, to me, it's just crazy. So apparently yesterday, somewhere over South Carolina, a fighter pilot ejected from this jet. Matter of fact, I'll read this article to you. This is from NBC News. A U.S. fighter jet's stealth abilities appear to be working too well, with authorities forced to ask the public for help for finding an F-35 that went missing somewhere over South Carolina when the pilot ejected because of a mishap. Joint Base Charlton, an air base in North Charleston, said it was working with the Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort to locate an F-35 that was involved in a mishap Sunday afternoon. The pilot was able to safely eject from the aircraft, which is an F-35B Lightning II jet, and was taken to local medical center in stable condition. The 2nd Marine Aircraft Wing, the jet belongs to one of the unit's training squadrons, confirmed Sunday's mishap in that the pilot had safely ejected from the aircraft. The jet was left in autopilot mode when the pilot ejected from the aircraft, said a spokesperson from the base. They believe there's a possibility that it could have remained airborne for some time, though as of noon today, they said they're certain it's no longer flying. The FAA did not immediately respond to a request for a comment. The circumstances that prompted the pilot to eject the aircraft were not immediately clear. Joint Base Charleston said in a statement that it's coordinating with units and leaders of the Marines, the Navy, as well as the FAA, Civil Air Patrol, and local law enforcement across South Carolina. The base said searches are using both ground and air assets in the effort. When asked early Monday whether the jet had crashed, Higgins said he was unable to elaborate. He promised, however, more information would be forthcoming. Further questions to Joint Base Charleston were directed to the Marines, which said it could not provide additional details to preserve the integrity of the investigative process. Huggins said the searchers initially focused their attention north of the airbase around Lake Moultrie and Lake Marion because of the jet's last known position in coordination with the Federal Aviation Administration. And then it just goes on. But here's the craziest thing about this whole thing. Today, the United States military essentially grounded every single military plane they have, which tells you that something else is going on here. And this is very, very, very concerning. Like, whatever happened to, like, our country, like, being the strongest, bravest, like, no one ever effed with us. And I'm not trying to speculate that someone hacked this jet and stole our technology, but I can almost guarantee that's what we're never going to be able to find out. That someone probably hacked this fucking plane. The pilot realized he lost control of the plane, so he ejected, and then the plane just took off and left. Do you know what I mean? That's what. This doesn't just happen to an $80 million jet. And I remember yesterday I pulled over to get gas and I saw the tweet from the military unit. And I'm like, there's no way the United States military is asking for the public's help to locate a jet that they lost. And I was like, this has to be fake. And then guess what? It's true. And I just couldn't believe it. You know, I'm trying to find this tweet. Oh yeah, so this is breaking. U.S. officials have ordered a 2-day stand down for all military aviation inside and as well as outside of the United States after an F-35 jet went missing. It keeps getting more bizarre. According to ABC News, no units are allowed to fly unless there's discussion for 2 days about safety measures and procedures. And apparently, this is a quote: "No units are allowed to fly until they have a 2-day discussion about safety measures and procedures." The commandant said in a service-wide email on Monday. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And I wonder where, because who I was talking to someone, I was parked. Oh, you know what? That was in Las Vegas because I was parked and I saw the jets flying and they were flying in a pair. It wasn't these jets. But this is crazy. I have no doubt in my mind that this plane got hijacked. Someone hacked this fucking plane and took it, and now the government is trying to figure out how they could admit that fault. Because this doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. What was the plane that, I mean, here's the thing. There was another jet in the air. He was flying with another pilot. So you're telling me the other pilot, when he saw his buddy ejected, he didn't decide to follow the plane that was taking off, that was just flying away on its own? That's the whole thing that doesn't make any sense. The whole Cuba thing is bullshit. Okay? I know, guys, if you get your news from Telegram, it's not real. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's not real. But this is a really big story because it does lead you to wonder, okay, did our shit get hacked? Like, did they hack a jet? You know, and has there been any claims for responsibility? And just the overall media silence yesterday was deafening because this is a huge deal. Like, I told my wife this and she's like, how does that happen? I'm like, it doesn't. You know what I mean? There's no explanation for why this could have been happening. Someone said, were they training Ukrainian pilots? Nah. I have no idea. Someone said, no reason to eject at 50,000 feet if the jet is just going to glide away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Did he eject at 50,000 feet? Because apparently the plane was just, isn't there a video of him ejecting? I don't know. I swear I thought I saw that earlier. Wasn't there video? Let me see if I can't find that. Because I thought there was video. F-35. Yeah, F-35. Let me see. I'm curious to see what some of the aviation people think about this. Because it really is quite peculiar. I'm trying to see. Maybe there wasn't video. Because there's just video of... other planes flying and stuff. So maybe that's the video I saw was just not actual live video of this thing. I thought it was live video of this. Huh. Someone said, pretty sure you can't eject at 50,000 feet. Yeah, I have no idea. Someone said, I got here late. Did he eject if the plane wasn't going to crash? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess what they... Because I saw there's so much I can't show you, but there's a meme of the plane with Hunter Biden sitting inside it, which wouldn't be that surprising. Yeah, I'm joking. That makes more sense than an $80 million plane flying away. And apparently this plane can land under remote control. They've done it before in tests. That this plane may be able to land on autopilot. You know, see, it's really weird. People are writing a lot of misinformation. Like someone else just tweeted, reportedly lost in Cuba. It's not. Someone said 21 minutes ago, breaking, a source told ABC 15 Monday evening that a military ground crews have just found parts of debris associated with the lightning jet just off Indiantown Road in Florence County. Is that real? Let me see. It's not from a verified account, so I don't believe any of that shit. And the thing is, right now, everybody is starting to talk about, yeah, see, that's the only person that's written this. So, But everyone's trying to figure out what this is. I'm in Florence County, where officials from several agencies have gathered to look for the jet. Found both helicopters and search planes have left the area. The Florence County Sheriff's helicopter landed here and then just left. Civil Air Patrol, blah, blah, blah. So maybe they did find it in Florence County. Uh, maybe they did find it. I don't see it from any verified accounts, though. Terror Alarm, which posts a lot of stuff, but I wouldn't call them credible either. They say it's found in Florence County. Someone said no. Several Charleston news sources are saying it. Was saying what, that it has landed, or that they found it. I just don't know how they weren't able to track it when it went out, when it went down yesterday. Isn't that more concerning in the first place? Is that they didn't have some sort of tracking beacon or like what are those, AirTag, like an Apple AirTag or something like that? Are you telling me that nobody thought about just tracking this thing? It doesn't make any damn sense. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's none of it makes any sense. Someone said, "Why isn't that pilot talking, and why did the other pilot not follow the rogue jet? He landed fine in Charleston." Yeah, that's another question. Well, not why is the pilot not talking? He's not talking to the public because he's a member of the military and he's under no obligation to do so. he's not under an obligation to give the public a private briefing about what happened. You know, someone said there's one on the engine, but it was not working. You're telling me that an $80 million jet only has one tracking system? That's I just don't believe it. I really don't. There's a lot of things that aren't making sense lately. Like that escaped convict that was outside of the Pennsylvania prison for like 14 days before he was captured. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like I said previously, we've got bombs in satellite technology where we can literally capture a Taliban terrorist 20 feet underground in a cave smoking a cigarette while on a toilet and pinpoint a bomb that could blow him up. But we couldn't find an escaped killer from a jail for 15 days. Like, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Someone said, sorry, it's a stealth plane. But we don't have technology to track our own stealth plane. That's the thing that it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Someone said, can you talk about what happened with your driving job and updates in your life? My wife is cooking dinner and I have to get off here soon. Yeah, when I'm ready. So nothing. I'm taking 2 weeks off, and I also gave my 2 week notice for the driving job. I can't sit. And to be honest, I'm going to Tennessee. I have an interview with another company. Not even an interview. Pretty sure I already have it, but I'm going down to Tennessee. I'm leaving Wednesday to go interview, which will still be another remote job. I'll have to travel all the time, which is okay, but at least I'll be home every week, unlike the driving. So I'll be honest, like, all right. So let me explain. You guys want to hear? You want to hear my experience expediting? Let me explain. Let me explain it. It's fun. It's fun when you have a load and you're dispatched and you're driving. It's great. The company I was working for, great company. Okay, I never had any complaints really, outside of the fact that I kept having to sit. I didn't want to sit, but I kept having to sit. They kept doing it, and it pissed me off. And then they had all week to book me a load out of Vegas. You guys know that. I said it, made videos about it. I called them every day to be like, hey, I'm going to be here at this time. I'm going to be here at this time, because I didn't want to sit in Vegas. And yeah, so long story short, I delivered Friday morning, called dispatch, no load, nothing, all day long. So all the while I'm talking to a company, and then we figured something out, and I said, all right, well, I will pay the fuel, and thanks to you guys. And we paid the fuel, and I drove the van all the way back. Now things have gotten a little tricky with the van owner, because he's being a dick. But I'm not gonna say too much. But he owes me a lot of money now, and based on things he said, I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna get him without having to sue him. So, but there's a contract that he wrote, and he didn't have a lawyer read that. So we'll have to see. But so long story short, I ended up texting him and saying, hey, because I'm not contractually obligated to take any loads, I'm going to take the next 2 weeks off. and this also serves as my 2 week notice. And that was after, because before I just called him and I said, hey man, I tried it. I can't sit, can't do any of this. I'm going to pay the fuel. I'm driving. I'm bringing your van back. And then he started being a dick and saying that he's going to charge me first, and I'll just say it because no one knows the company, so that's fine. But and this is not even the company. The company is still great. This is the fleet owner. First, he's like, okay, I want you to take the van to Dallas, and because I have a driver, I'll put him right in that van because I was going to put him on a bus anyway. And then I was like, well, I can't do that because my car is in Ohio. Like, if you want to get a rental car or something, then I'll do it. Otherwise, I got to take it back where I picked it up. That's what the contract says too. And and then he's like, did you sign the contract? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, we have $100 a day until I find a new driver. And I'm like, well, that's great, dude. He's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, yeah, because you just told me you got a new driver and now you're pissed because I won't go pick him up and pay for a rental car going all the way back to Ohio. And I was like, so you just kind of fucked yourself there because that fee doesn't apply. And then he was just trying to, I mean, he's trying to be stupid. So I was just very nice about it. And I said, listen, I'm going to drive it back. I'll clean it. I'll have it detailed. I'll fuel it up. It'll be ready to go for the next driver. I just can't sit for weekends and do all that stuff. I can't do it. And then, and then and then I took the time when I finally stopped to read the contract. And there's this one little clause. You guys want to hear a little fun clause? Like, if you're going to try to treat the contractor like an employee, don't have this in there because it kind of negates it. During times when the contractor is not committed or obligated under the terms of this agreement, where I don't have a load, the contractor may or will be at liberty to dispose of such portion of his time, skill, and energy in any manner that the contractor sees fit, like driving all the way home and going off. So I thought about it. We texted with the attorneys and they told me what to say. I am going off duty for 14 days because I'm not under a load. I'm not obligated to accept one. It says it like 16 times in there. And then, and I expect my pay to be on time. And then we'll see. My wife is, because it's only like $1,800 he's going to owe me. And my wife is like, oh, we're suing him. She's like, nah. Because we need, it's not like we can give up the $1,800. But so, yeah. So that's it. I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about the company itself because they're good. They have their own ways. 25 years. So what, I've never done the expedited shit. I've only done full truckload. I don't like trucks to sit. You know what I mean? That's just my thing. I don't want my trucks to sit. The more they truck, the more money the drivers make. Nobody should want to sit. But I think that's the difference of this company is they're probably making a lot on the ass end of the deal, like in profit. Actually, I know they are. They're making a lot in profit, sometimes more than the truck is making. So and you do have drivers that refuse loads. I wasn't a driver. I never refused a load, not a single one, even if it was going a short distance. I always accepted them. And they knew that. They never needed to call me. I always accepted it. But I think I told you guys, and I may not have, because every single time I called, they're like, yeah, we're searching. And then Thursday night, when I finally got to Vegas before I delivered, I called them and talked to the afternoon dispatcher, and then he told me, yeah, they do not pre-book loads for if you're under a load. He's like, I don't know why they're telling you they do. We don't do it. So I was like, really? Because it doesn't make any sense, And again, it's not their van. So when I'm sitting there idling, it doesn't cost them anything. We pay all the fees associated with having a van on. So, but again, they're used to doing a different freight. They're not like a traditional expedited company. They do a lot of like concerts, tours, things like that, which is different than just expedited freight where it's all extremely time sensitive. But I have no complaints with the company. I think the company is great. And hopefully I get all my money because I don't, it cost me $30 to drive in fuel to come back from Ohio. I will spend $30 in fuel plus $45 to sue them over $1,800 because my wife told me I have to. So that's it. All right, so I guess it's now confirmed that the jet has been found. That's interesting. So, yeah, and we still what in. I guess it's good that it's been found, but it's isn't it? Does anybody else find it weird that it took over 24 hours for them to find the jet, which has all like top secret technology and shit in it? Are you kidding? I like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. 360 Steven said, "Have you seen where the retired police chief was intentionally run over?" Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I think there was also a police officer that was shot and killed. A car pulled up next to the uniform car and shot him. People are just awful. They're evil, you know, and it's sad, you know. But yeah, that's basically it in terms of news. That I'm going to talk about. There was one other thing that I suppose I should, and this is funny. Fox News has a title saying "Rebel Uprising threatens to derail House GOP to deal with government shutdown." A deal to have kept the government funded was struck late Sunday by two factions of the House GOP. Appears to have hit opposition. Now, you guys may have seen, if you follow people on Twitter like these politicians, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Byron Daniels, and all these people are going back and forth, arguing with each other about what is this, because they're trying to do a continuing resolution to fund the government, which would free up, or what it says is it frees up the government for 31 days while cutting discretionary government spending about 1%, which is not enough, to be honest with you. We're spending entirely too much money. So, long story short, people are fighting about this thing. Even as details of the CR leaked Sunday night, multiple House Republicans took to social media to publicly voice their opposition, with just a thin majority in Congress' lower chamber and multiple absences on both sides. A piece of legislation can only lose 4 GOP votes to pass without Democrat support. No CR, pass the damn app props bill, roll back the crazy bureaucracy to pre-COVID levels now, said Representative Dan Bishop. Former Freedom Caucus member Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote on the site, CR negotiated by Byron Donalds and Dusty Johnson. No policy riders in the CR, so it's all the policies from last year's Democrat appropriations with about an 8% cut, plus the border bill, but no E-Verify. I'm a no. Reps Eli Klein and Matt Rosendale and Anna Paulina were also among those voicing opposition Sunday night and into Monday. A source told Fox News that the CR is expected to get a vote on Thursday, a day after the House is expected to vote on the defense appropriations bill that was derailed last week by conservatives lingering on concerns about spending. If Congress fails to pass any kind of funding plan by September 30th, lawmakers risk letting the government sink into a partial shutdown. I think they should let it shut down. I'll be honest. It sucks for the workers, the good ones, but we're spending too much damn money. We're spending too much money. You know, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Byron Donalds is saying that there's no Ukraine funding in this bill, which is false because they have a training provision where Ukrainian or money goes to American troops to train foreign troops, and they've been using that money to send to Ukraine. So the whole thing is just really stupid, bro. I hate it. Doesn't anybody else just kind of wish sometimes that they would just shut down the government? We could kind of start over from the beginning. Like, I mean, in theory, that's what I think would happen. Not really. But can you imagine if the government, you know, if people just threw in the towel and said, listen, we're not funding any more of this shit at all. As a matter of fact, what we're going to do is we're going to give stimulus payments, and the amount of taxes that people paid, we're just going to give it back to them and let them do what they want. That's what they should do. Let states have each state become its own little country, and it can have its own little policies and all that. Can you imagine how much better things would happen if that was the case? Can you imagine? Oh man, I could just daydream about that. Like, you know, states that are red would turn out perfect. Everyone would be super happy. States that are blue would turn out perfect because they're the people that live there or remain there would be the people that want to live in that kind of fucking socialist, communist shit. You know what I mean? It would be nice. We should do that. I don't know why nobody's ever thought about that. Just like every state is their own little state, in charge of their own money. You know, I don't understand. Melissa said I'm late. What are you doing at home? Yeah. Well, I already said it, so that's it. Also, if you guys do want to support this stream, I got some big things going on, but you could do a Cash App Venmo through that link in the chat. It's a great way to support the stream. If you like it, you could do it. Um, and that would be cool. But I'll be honest with you, if everything goes well on Thursday, I'm done with politics. Probably done with I'll make videos purely about logistics and just life. But the politics stuff, I'm just not gonna. It's not gonna make it. It's not gonna do it. And plus, I probably won't have time because I'm not going. This position is not a driving position. It's a much. It's kind of the position I've been looking for my whole logistics career. You know what I mean? So, but I'll still be running my coffee side, so we'll still finish getting all caught up with that too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going down Wednesday, and then seeing everything and meeting everybody on Thursday. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think it should be. I think it should be good. It's a really good opportunity, you know. So we'll have to see. But someone said, sorry, I just got here. Do you believe that jet went to Cuba? No, they just found it in South Carolina. I don't need like people need to stop doing that. Like you just see one thing every on social media, and you're like, oh, the jet's in Cuba. It was hijacked by Iranian, transvestites. Like I don't know. Like people gotta stop doing that. Someone said, "Dang, missed the pool by 2 days." Just joking. I don't know what you mean. Are you guys figuring out how long I was gonna have for that job? Technically, I haven't quit. I gave a 2 week notice, and I'm off for the next 14 days. Ironically, that's just how it works. But what else? Tennessee is the best state in America. I know. Houses are pretty cheap, and my wife would get paid about the same, although she has no interest in moving whatsoever. But am I still going to teach? Oh, yeah. I'm still going to school full time. I actually, so because I drove all weekend, and I had some other family shit I had to deal with here too. I had to re-exert that I'm the dad and you follow my rules, even if I'm not here, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it was getting a little wild, wild west out here. Um, TRC said, "Are Iranian transvestites a thing?" Yeah, I think so. I think they are. Yeah, yeah. And I should just stop because whatever I say is not going to be appropriate. So I'll just stop. Um, uh, Someone said, "What kind of truck were you driving right before the expedited truck?" It was this CDL straight truck. And they got them all over the place. Just look up FedEx, even though I wasn't driving for FedEx, but that's essentially what they are, like FedEx expedited truck, and you'll find a million of them. Someone said, "What's your thoughts on the Lauren Boebert situation?" I don't know. I really don't fucking care. And I don't know why so many other people do. She was at a movie and she vaped and she was being like any other normal asshole that probably had a beer too much and was causing a ruckus and had to get kicked out. I don't understand why that's even news or why anybody cares. Michael said, "Did I sit a lot with the CDL straight truck?" Yes, I did. That's why I got out and went in the Sprinter van. And is it live? We'll see. It looks like I just dropped it for a second. But I was answering sitting in a straight truck. Yeah, you still sit in a straight truck. If you're going to buy a straight truck for expedited work, like with the big sleeper and all that, make sure you have a lift gate. And if you can, have a co-driver. My truck didn't have either. I didn't have a co-driver, nor did I have a lift gate. So I was definitely limited on what I could haul. And to be honest, like if I was going to do it, I'd buy one of those international 4900s, the extended cab where they have that bench seat for the crew. I'd take that seat out and build a little sleeper right in there. Keep my weight right at 26,000 pounds. Not even worry. Or you can up those trucks to 33,000. They have a lift gate on it. They're smaller. You don't need a huge ass sleeper. I mean, look, I manage with a cargo van. It's the same. But yeah, yeah. And then someone asked about the Lauren and Bobert thing. I don't care. I don't understand why so many people care about it. And I think it's because she's like a reasonably attractive person, so that's why so many people are like trying to criticize it or just comment on her dress or the fact that she may or may not have gotten a boob job. But again, who fucking cares? Don't we have bigger things to talk about? I have been secretly unfollowing people on Twitter. Just stupid political takes that are just out there just to ramp up everybody. Like in another hour and 29 minutes, Tim Pool will get online and he'll talk about how it's a revolution and he'll talk about how we're in this and that and this and that. And it's people like that are just causing damage. They're just causing damage and they're trying to, turn up just freak everybody out so much about everything that's going on that even the things that do make sense, they're turning it into something that you can't believe, if that makes sense. Someone said, what was my per mile average pay? About 60 cents a mile. That's about it. But then fuel. So, I mean, also wasn't making the money I thought I was because I was just a driver. I didn't own the van. If I owned the van, yeah, I'd probably still be doing it because I wouldn't have cared about sitting for a weekend because I would have made triple. Someone said, holy shit, my truck and trailer is only 29,560 and I have a small sleeper Kenworth T80. Yeah, we're talking about total weight. Total, when you're fully loaded, buddy. Is that, you're at 29,560 empty with your truck and trailer. Yeah. When I say that international 4,900 with the sleeper and all that, 26,000 pounds, that's a fully loaded weight. That's like if you have 10,000 pounds of cargo on it. Do I play guitar? Yeah. Deb said you made good time home. Yes. David said, did you drive back empty from Nevada? Yes. Yep. And it was a waste of money. It ended up, because I miscalculated. I thought it'd be about $500 in fuel. It wasn't. It was about $700 in fuel. And so, but you know what? I had to do it. I had to for a better opportunity and everything. But if you guys want to support the stream, you could do so via right there in your chat. It should be in your chat if it posts correctly. Actually, I don't think it did. Did it? Here, let me just get the link tree. Why not take out a small business loan and get your own truck? Because I didn't want to. I just had to buy another car 2 weeks ago for my wife. I'm not. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. If I wouldn't buy a cargo van. I wouldn't do it. Anyway, right there in the chat, there's the link. If you want to click on that link, you can do a Cash App or Venmo, and I'll give you a big, nice shout out during the live stream. Nobody's done it yet, but someone said I started late, so I went back to the beginning. I bet it's halfway to Iraq. Yeah. I'm happy at home. My kids were happy. Like the little guy was saying he hopes I don't leave again. And so we were talking at dinner, and if everything works in Chattanooga, I figure I am going to have to go travel, at least part-time down there. I could probably do like a hybrid thing in Tennessee until I convince everyone. Deborah with a $5 on Venmo. Thank you. But I at least I'll be home. And I'll probably do something. Like, I don't want to miss any more of my son's football games, the older boy. So I'll probably have to work something out for that, at least to make sure I'm here for Tuesdays for this football game, because I've already missed 3 of them. I haven't. Yeah, I think he's only got like 3 or 4 more, but I'm excited about it. But we'll see. I'll let you guys all know. And like I said, I won't just blindly move anywhere. We already did that. We did that when I ended up in Florida. It didn't work. We almost did it when I worked for Freight Waves, but we already learned a lesson from Florida. And then with Freight Waves, I got laid off like 10 weeks after starting there, along with half of the other office staff. So it's like, well, whatever. What can you do? But yeah. So just to update everybody, they did find a debris field of this jet in South Carolina. How it took them 25 hours or 26 hours to do so, I have no idea. I don't understand it at all, and it won't make any sense for me for a long time, but it is what it is. Um, but if I don't know. I just see stupid shit on Twitter, bro. I hate I hate Twitter. I can't wait. Like I just like oh man. I just hate people. Um what was I gonna say? Do we really believe they found it? I don't know. That's one like listen, I don't like to be conspiracy theory, but that's one thing I did wonder. I'm like, do you think they actually found it, or do you think they took the took the past 26 hours to make a fake debris field because they don't want to admit that China got the jet or some shit like that? I wouldn't put it past it. Um, but anyway, if you guys want to support the stream, do so via the link in the chat right there that I just put in there, the link tree. You could do Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. You could even pay with a credit card right there. 5, 10, 15 bucks. YouTube doesn't monetize the videos, and I'll tell you what, it gets frustrating sometimes when I do these live streams, and you know, it doesn't. Yeah, just whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired. I just want to go lay down and just relax and hang out with my wife and kids. My grounded son gets to watch TV right now, so that's part of the reason. Once I end the live stream, he's grounded again, and he doesn't get to watch TV. But truck make money. It's not like buying car. Just do it like Nike. Nah, I won't be driving with this. So for yeah, I'm going to Tennessee tomorrow. No, Wednesday, and I'm just meeting a bunch of people. There's a job opportunity. I'm pretty sure that it's we just got to work out some stuff, but I think it's gonna be like the perfect thing. So, but I'm not doing a good job talking about it. Nor do I really want to talk about it now. And and I probably won't. I'll just probably make a video and be like, okay, I got the job. See you guys later, and that's it. But yeah, we'll figure all that out when it comes down to it. But I likely will quit talking about politics. I may do like YouTube videos just about life or about logistics or something, but I don't think I want to do this politics shit anymore. It's not going to get any better. I don't even think I'm going to follow it. For the whole trip back from Vegas, you know what I did not do? I did not think even about politics. Not even a little bit. I just listened to podcasts, comedy podcasts, like the whole time. 2,200 miles worth of comedy podcasts. And it was amazing. And it was nice. And I got here and I was feeling good. And then I'm seeing pictures of fucking what's the Frankenstein guy from Pennsylvania? What's his name? Fetterman. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care. Oh yeah, now you can wear sweatshirts on the House floor and conservatives are up in arms. Who cares? Do your job. Don't focus about sweatshirts or not. Focus on trying to make this country the place where it should have been years ago. But yeah, that's about it. Someone said, am I getting a dispatcher job? Yeah, it's not a dispatcher job. That would be too easy. But no, that's not what it is. They want a challenge. Steve could do truck life videos. It's not truck life, because I won't be in a truck either. But hopefully we can do a good podcast about the logistics industry. But I don't know. We'll see. That'll be later on. Later on in life. I don't have this set up the right way, but there's a fight video on here of kids fighting in a school, and the teacher runs over because they're both heavy, and the teacher runs over and offers them food to stop fighting. It's so stupid. Oh my gosh, I really hate people. I really do. I want to show that to my wife. I'd be like, what the fuck? But it is what it is. All right. Well, I will do a show tomorrow. It'll be a better one. I'm very tired because I woke up this morning and realized I had a shit ton of homework to do, and I didn't stop. I didn't even eat lunch or anything. I didn't stop until 2 o'clock. So from about 7:30 this morning to 2 o'clock straight, sitting right here, staring at the computer, getting all my homework done. But I was also trying to do it in advance because I'm not going to be here Wednesday and Thursday, and I'll probably be out of commission on Friday from driving all the way back on Thursday. But yeah, so I'm just tired. This show sucks ass today anyway. But like I said, this fucking link thing isn't working either. If you want to support the chat, go ahead and do that, or the stream. Go ahead and do that via the link in the chat. Cash App, Venmo. Much appreciated. Shout out to the one person who actually gives a fuck about this show today, Deborah. She's the only one that supported it. But all right, guys, I'll